Hello friends, Craig Ballard, Jays Talk, Toronto Blue Jay Advent Calendar time, December 5th. So let's go ahead and open box number 5. Santiago Espinal is the current number 5 for the Blue Jays. Now previous to him, only Rance Mulliniks was a Blue Jay who wore the number 5 that had any relevance. Rance Mulliniks spent 11 of his 16 MLB seasons, with the Blue Jays. He would often platoon with fellow third baseman Garth Iorg, as Iorg was a righty who would play against the left-handed pitchers. Mulliniks was the lefty who would play against the right-handed pitchers. Now, in deep diving Mulliniks' time with the Blue Jays, I was pleasantly surprised, as my mind's eye doesn't recall him being such a good hitter. But in over a decade with the Blue Jays, above were his stats. I mean, these stats over 11 seasons, that's legit. When we get to box number 10, we'll surely deep dive the Blue Jays game where the Blue Jays had an MLB record 10 home runs in that game. And spoiler alert, Rance Mulliniks hit 2 of those dingers for the Toronto Blue Jays in that historic game. Toronto Blue Jays Advent Calendar Trivia. Speaking of the number 5, what do all 5 of these Blue Jays, Carlos Delgado, Shannon Stewart, Orlando Hudson, the O-Dog, Josh Donaldson, and most recently Lourdes Gurriel Jr., all 5 are tied for the franchise record for doing what 5 times in a game? Now, the last number 5 we'll look at today is the Blue Jay franchise record for complete game shutouts in one season by a pitcher. It is 5. Wow, by one pitcher, Dave Stieb. Man. Dave Stieb, to put this in perspective, over the last 9 seasons, the Toronto Blue Jays have 5 complete game shutouts in total. The top team for complete game shutouts this season had 2. Not even top pitcher, top team had 2. Well, in 1982, Dave Stieb tossed 5 complete game shutouts for the Blue Jays. Wow. As our Advent calendar goes through the 24 days here, I really think we'll see a few Dave Stieb references, because he was spectacular. He was so underrated. He was so good. Stieb's a 7-time All-Star for the Blue Jays. He started the All-Star game for the American League, repping the Blue Jays twice. Dave Stieb won an ERA championship one season for the Blue Jays. He tossed the franchise's only no-hitter. He's so important to the organization that Dave Stieb is honored in the Blue Jays' level of excellence. So while this is our first Dave Stieb reference, it won't be our last. Enjoy your December 5th and check back in tomorrow for box number 6.